So what's up, everybody? It's me, True Star Screamer. And we have something very, very cool here. This is something, just to give you an idea, guys, I have probably about a half a dozen G.I. Joe products that has arrived in this week. Just to give you an idea. And, well, Joe, Val, Action Force and all. And this guy arrived and they just jumped ahead of the line. This is the Coser Toys Demon Flame Studios Abyss Knight. This ain't the Knight. This is. This is essentially a third-party Darksiders action figure of death. Now, I played a little bit of, I want to say this one was Darksiders 2 with death in it, and I enjoyed it. I never beat it all, but I played it. I never got really cared for the first Darksiders game. But this was one of those figures that when I saw pictures of him online, I was like, ooh. Then I saw some of the videos of him, and I'm like, okay, this is getting good. And then, like, some of the last videos, I'm like, I need to own him. I got this guy off eBay, actually. So I think he's still available on Gundamit right now. I do not believe he's on 5K. But, yeah, this is something very cool. Let's get him out of the box and let's see what this is all about. So this is something very unique to my collection. I've definitely took some time to get to know this guy. This is how he is right out of the box. So I didn't put any of the accessories on him. This is a figure you kind of want to let him breathe for a little bit. Yeah, he definitely had the Chinese plastic smell on him, if you know what I'm saying. Ideally, I probably would have liked to have left him in the garage for about an hour to degas, but I think I'll be okay here. I hit him with a hairdryer, though at the current heat right now, I think that should be okay for your figure's joints, but hey, you know how it is. Better safe than sorry, especially on an import figure. And yeah, goddamn. This is like I'm getting a lot of goddams in a row right now, but this is another one. There's so many awesome things about this guy to talk about. I guess the first thing I have to just talk about is just the paint on him is immaculate. That's the only word for it. It is utter perfection. Everything has got this dry brushing, got a wash on it. Every detail is brought out. The skeletal armor, justice is done. I mean, I got one dumb criticism I'm trying to work my way around right now. But aside from that, it's just like, oh my gosh, this is just so cool. I mean, if you play Darksiders 2, you know Death was cool. He is the coolest character in the entire franchise, and fight me on that one. I will die on the hill on that one. Everything about that personality is here. He's got that punk haircut, you know, black metal, you know, like he's about to freaking be the mascot of, oh god, from Metalocalypse, you know, Deathclock. He's got that hair. This is, I mean, this dude's metal. This guy is, yeah. You know, you do not need to be big into the Darksiders lore to appreciate this figure. So we've got the paint. We've got the soft goods. So all the lower pants here are soft goods pants. That is fantastic. My only issue right now, as you can see, I'm fighting with the armor skirt. It just doesn't want to, it keeps rising up, which is funny. It's just because it keeps going over his waist. I want this hugging his hips. I really do. I wonder if I need to hit that with a hairdryer again to reshape it. We'll see. But aside from that, that is literally my only complaint. I love these buckles on the legs. You know, that is like that faux leather. These are tied and glued onto there. And nothing is hindering the articulation. Everything moves smooth. It's great. His balance, I don't know if it's my foam base, but yes, I'm having a little bit of a challenge with, but I'm good with that. I mean, the shoes, it's kind of neat. They got the wraps on the bottom of it. I don't know if that's throwing off the balance directly I'll have to put it on like a flat surface later, because again, this foam base is not completely even. Articulation, we've got here double jointed elbow. We do have a swivel up here, which when you first saw the figure, you didn't know if this swivel was real or not. So that was one of the things when I saw the video that made me go through. God dang it, it's got the stitchings on the side of the listing here. Just, oh my gosh, everything is making me smile with this figure. You know, I've got our ball joint here for the wrist. The shoulders here are, it's kind of almost like a Reveltech joint inside here. See, yes, the sculpt does kind of get broken up. There is no butterfly joint in here, but the way the shoulders are, we can bend it back so he might as well have one. So it looks like he's going through or going forward. So that's really neat. The ab crunch, yeah, he's got an ab crunch forward, ab crunch back. You know, this is, I could do the whole anime hip, pelvic thrust forward. It looks great. Neck is on like a little pivot here, and it does exactly what I want it to do. Yeah, God, I love this detail on here. And he's got an alternate face. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Hips can go all the way out. That's the part where this rises and gets out of the way, so that's kind of where it's a merit. Just getting it back down seems to be the problem. Knees, I want to say they're double jointed, and I feel no hesitation the way this fabric is. It feels like it's got room to move. I was more apprehensive with my Nada toys and my Mezcos, but not this. This fabric just feels so natural for it. There is a boot cut, so T-Man 978 will be happy, and there is an ankle pivot in here as well. Not much tip forward and back, but you can get side to side. So that's the figure itself in a nutshell. And then he comes with a very good set of accessories. So let's talk about that next. For accessories, he has just enough. I've had figures where the accessory count almost overwhelms me. This guy, it's literally, it's perfect. One, we've got a scarf. So when we can just pop, so it literally just can pop his head off, drop that on there, and he just looks that much. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, that one took me a second here, but yeah, you can pop the head on there and get the scarf on. Long part does go towards the back to make it look like it's drifting in the wind, and he just looks that much cooler. Doesn't, again, affect much of the articulation. That can go either way with it. You're good to go. We also have a pair of alternate, more savage clawed hands. So, and that's I'm pretty good with that, because I got that. I don't need a guy like this with fists, because he did not do much punching in the video game. Next for accessories, we get this awesome, not one, but we actually get a pair of these awesome scythes. It just slides into his hand here, and then you can just put the cover over here to complete the pommel. Beautiful, beautiful craftsmanship on this. I don't think I can state how gorgeous this is. There is a wash on the wraps here, which is great. The back of the side, it has a working jaw. I think, if I recall, when you were killing stuff in the game, this was eating the souls, and then these runes would light up, which was pretty cool. So we've got two of these guys on here. As you can see, he holds it really well. They've got just enough weight so we can hold it, and it doesn't feel like it's gonna wear out the joints. I think he looks best with these scythes, but I've got no issues with that at all. And of course, you have him with that. You have the beckoning hand on here, and it look absolutely awesome. But not only does he have the dual size, he also comes with a gigantic one. I mean, look at the size of this compared to him. It looks fantastic. You got the energy on here. The wood grain on here is beautiful. That wash, I cannot stress enough how cool this is. And yes, the pommel. Again, we got the grip on the end of the pommel here, so he can hold this two-handed. Ideally, I'll try to see if I can get him holding it one-handed a little later on there. So we've got two different types of weapon types, two types of hands, and then he also has an alternate face, and this actually has the eyes in it. So what's thing that's also neat though is these eyes are adjustable. He comes with this key, which of course I believe was used for the levels, but you can actually fit the key into the back of the eyes and adjust them as you want. So if you want to have them looking to the left or to the right. This just attaches by pegs on the face here. I'm probably not going to switch this out because I really like how the default head looks on there. And lastly, I think this was really neat. They do give us a pair of extra wrist joints. So in case they get worn out or if you lose one, I do like that they give us extras. But don't worry, there is one more really cool feature to this guy. Death looks incredibly imposing wielding these weapons. When I saw the promotional pictures, they had a neat, which I thought was Photoshop on them, and that involved the runes and the eyes. Now I've done a test here. The eyes are not going to show up very well here, but check this out. I'm currently hitting this guy with an ultraviolet light bulb right now, and the runes glow beautifully. Check that out. Now it's not something where it's like I take the lights away and they're glowing and it's paint that holds it into there, but you got to have the black light to it, which I totally dig this, by the way. I absolutely dig, because when I first saw this, I thought it was LEDs, but this is so cool. Unfortunately, you can't make it out, but his eyes also turn bright orange. This also works, by the way, on the large side as well. You can see the energy picking up onto it on both sides here in the skulls to it. And this is a they didn't have to do this. This is just such a beautiful, beautiful detail to it. I really think that this gimmick absolutely, it's the chef's kiss on this figure. How big is this guy? I showed you that the size is large, everything is good, but here he is compared to a recently reviewed Marvel Legends figure, just to kind of give an idea. He's not huge, as weird as it is. He's not an imposing God of War type figure. He's got just enough. I mean, again, here's you see where the shoulders are here. So he definitely has presence, which is good, but he's also not going to overpower your display area, which I don't mind that. I was actually thinking this guy was going to be closer to almost NECA size, not quite as big as, say, the Memory Toys, what was it, the Bounty Hunter review up there. It's not going to be that big, but he's definitely bigger than, say, the Demon Hunter Ashura or the Not a Toys stuff. So, if you're going for a true 1/12 scale on here, he's definitely a little more imposing. But even with the regular Marvel Legends stuff, he's got enough presence. And that's really all I could want for this. So Coser Toys brought us something very cool here. My only experience actually with Coser Toys in the past is literally a third-party Red Hood helmet and symbol that I used for my custom Red Hood, which if you've ever seen on my Instagram, I got some pictures of that. That's it. So this is my first experience with a full figure from them, and it absolutely knocks it out of the park. My dumbest nitpicks, again, is that the waist armor here just rides up. I would love to have it settle more down to the hips, and maybe I would have liked some peg holes down here so I could put this guy on some kind of stand, or maybe even coming with a display stand. But that is really, the display stand thing is me being selfish. The details on absolute out of the park. The paint out of the park. Build, plastic, everything. The gimmick with the UV light is absolutely sexy. Alright, this is a fantastic collectible If you're a fan of the game, if you want to have a demon to fight, this guy, remember talking about the scale here with the 1/12? This guy versus a Figma character, oh my gosh, he would tower over them in the most beautiful ways. This guy is going to be fantastic for photography, and I think I might have to break out the camera for this guy. Even if I don't put it at the end of this video, which I probably should, I want to put this guy on Instagram, absolutely. I do recommend this figure. Like I said, I got this guy off eBay. You might still be able to find him from there. Gundammit still had him available last I checked. I do not think you'll be disappointed if you're collecting these types of figures already. He is absolutely a standard bearer. Remember how I said with the M. Bison figure, how if something knocks him out of the top 5 figures, it's the best year of toys ever? If this is the kind of stuff we're getting, those may be truer words said than I thought. I am really, really, really excited about that. But let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, check out some of my other views. We got some really cool things going on. And like I said, it's just going to get better and better. But most importantly, as always, until next time, take care. Peace.